The crop that will be ready for harvest will be harvested, dried, stored, and used. And thirdly, we are also looking at interventions around assisting farmers to prepare for the El Nino rains that are projected to start later in the year from around October, by seeing what kind of interventions around farm inputs, farm preparation that we can do to subsidize production and help farmers level out some of the disadvantages that are coming out from this depressed crop. So I want to assure the country that the government is seized of the matter of what has happened this season. The government is also seized of the matter of what is projected to happen later this year in terms of precipitation. We are taking all possible measures to prevent any part of Kenya, any city.
On to a different story, President William Ruto says the government has expanded overseas employment with more than 580,000 Kenyan youth now working abroad. Speaking during the launch of the Next Gen program, Ruto said the initiative, a partnership between the government of Kenya, the United Nations Development Program, and the partners will equip young people with practical skills and work experience to improve their employability. The president said the program would initially benefit 30,000 youth with plans to expand it to 100,000 through increased government and partner support. Ruto added that the government has also strengthened the Youth Enterprise Fund, the Hustler Fund, and access to public procurement opportunities to empower young entrepreneurs and create more employment opportunities.
We have also scaled up overseas employment, with more than 580,000 young people now working abroad. We strengthened the Youth Enterprise Fund and the Hustler Fund, and through access to government procurement opportunities, we opened public procurement to young entrepreneurs. Today, we take another decisive step. Next Gen is a landmark partnership between the Government of Kenya, the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, and other partners. And it will accelerate inclusive youth economic transformation by connecting young people with meaningful work experience and practical skills. And I'm very happy to see you guys here this morning. You represent is a small part of the first 500 of you. And I will tell you how we are going to scale this up so that we can get to 100,000 young people like yourself accessing practical skills and job market experience as we go into the future. This program, as has been said, is initially targeting 30,000 young people. But looking at the partnership and the collaboration that is here, the government of Kenya will be willing to scale up our partnership so that we can take this program to 100,000 young people. And when I met my good brother, the director of UNDP, when he came to present his papers, and he mentioned to me how he would have wanted to engage the government of Kenya. I remember I told him, this is one thing that we had it in the Jubilee Manifesto. In fact, we had established a state department for internship, and we had called it internship and something, but we didn't succeed that time.
Health Workers Union has called on county governments to urgently offer permanent and pensionable employment to healthcare workers serving under the Universal Health Coverage Program. Speaking in Nyeri shortly after the Ministry of Health directed the Council of Governors to fast-track the transition of UHC workers, the union's Secretary General Brown Ashira said the health workers have endured years of uncertainty despite playing a critical role in healthcare delivery. Ashira noted that many counties continue to face severe staff shortages and urged governors to embrace the UHC workers by placing them on permanent and pensionable terms. The union maintained that improving the welfare of healthcare workers is essential to strengthening Kenya's healthcare system and ensuring quality services for all citizens.
We are asking the COG to man up. I mean, health is a devolved function. We know the governors refused to give our colleagues the PNP letters. Our UHC colleagues have been suffering for over 6 years. It is the governor that requires the staff because most counties are actually understaffed. So they should be the one now actually opening their arms actually wide and welcoming the staff.
We want more employment, we want more improvement in terms of preventive space, and we are in support of it. As long as preventive is catered for, we are more and more support of it, because our main agenda here is to make sure that our people, our public are protected from.
Moving on, the Council of Governors has rejected a directive by Health Principal Secretary Omar Oluga to employ universal health coverage workers on permanent and pensionable terms, saying he has no constitutional authority to issue such instructions. Speaking in Meru, Council of Governors Chairperson Ahmed Abdullahi said the delay in absorbing UHC workers is due to a mismatch between the funding provided by the National Treasury and the Ministry of Health and the type of contracts counties are being asked to offer. Abdullahi said the government has only allocated funding for 1 year through the county government's additional allocation framework, making it impossible for counties to employ the workers on permanent and pensionable terms. He further accused officials in the Ministry of Health of politicizing the issue, insisting that only the Constitution defines the powers of national and county governments and that a principal secretary cannot direct governors to make employment decisions.
Having with the National Treasury and the Ministry of Health is that there is a mismatch between the mode of financing and the kind of contract they want us to give to those UHC workers. They want us to absorb the UHC workers as permanent and pensionable in counties, but they have only provided the money for 1 year under what is called County Government Additional Allocation Act, which act has not even yet been assented to. So all we're saying is let's not politic about this matter. We actually believe that some of these things are being instigated by people at the Ministry of Health. The PS for medical services and the purportedly wrote to the PS for public service instructing counties to absorb those UHC workers under permanent and pensionable. These people don't even read the Constitution of Kenya. A PS has no powers to instruct the governors.
On a sad note, a family from Kimalal village in Soin Sigowet constituency, Kericho County, is demanding justice following the death of their 28-year-old son, Hilary Kipkemei. According to the family, Kipkemei was allegedly assaulted by 6 men at a club in Sigowet shopping center after being accused of theft. His father, Bernard Kiri, said residents rescued him and took him to Sondu police station. Police later directed that he be taken to Sigoi Hospital for treatment, where he later died from his injuries. The family has accused officers at Sondu police station of negligence in handling the case and is calling for a thorough investigation and the arrest of those responsible for the attack.
Kimo aliwawa tu na wakora. Na paa yenye alikuwa nayo ni mwenye paa ni askari wa polisi. So tunaomba serikali afuatilie hiyo maneno na wafanye hiyo uchunguzi haraka sana ndio tupate haki ya mtoto wetu.
Asubuhi tulipata ripoti tukaambiwa ako hospitali, tukafika alikuwa mochari. Alikuwa amekufa. Na mtu wa mochari alituambia alikuwa bado hajakufa akichukuliwa huko. Kwanza kabla hajachukuliwa hospitali tunaambiwa alichukuliwa Sondu. Au wenye wanafanya hiyo wakaandika ripoti ya kwamba yeye ni mwizi, aliipa pesa. Na mtoto wetu sio mwizi, achai chukua kitu. Hakuna mtu mwenye ameibiwa kitu na mtoto wetu. Aliuawa kama mnyama.
Aliuawa juu ya hiyo walimsingizia hajalipa nyumba na alikuwa amelipa. So what we are advocating for is we need justice for him.
Tuko wapi kwa hii serikali? Tuko wapi? Murkomen, watu wako wanaumiza watoto wetu. Murkomen, unatuona? Sisi ni wa mama. Tumbo imelia. Mahali mtoto analala. Tunasikia uchungu sana.
Assaulted and succumbed to injuries. This happened on the night of 20th this year.
Gearing towards general elections, Kenya Kwanza leaders have urged residents of northeastern Kenya to acquire national identity cards and register as voters ahead of the next general election. Speaking during a community empowerment program in Lavi constituency, the leaders said increased voter registration will strengthen democratic participation and ensure more residents benefit from government services. They also praised the government's efforts to improve security, infrastructure and healthcare in the region, while encouraging eligible residents to take advantage of the removal of ID card vetting and register as voters.
Ingefika nafasi watu wamehitimu kupata vitambulisho. Vitambulisho kwa zinapeanwa sehemu moja peke yake. Lakini kwa ajili ya upendo wa Rais William Ruto, amesema Northeastern is part of Kenya. Amesema kila Kenya lazima ipate nafasi katika meza ya ushirikiano na maendeleo.
Wakati ya wale watu kutaja watu ya Northeastern kama hawana kura imeisha. Mko na nafasi ya kukata kura kuhakikisha kwamba mko na numbers. Wale wa kabila, wale wachochezi tutawashinda na numbers katika Jamhuri ya Kenya. Jambo ambalo nataka kusitisha ni kwamba tusiwe wepesi ya kuwasikiza wakabila na wachochezi. Mimi niuliza hapa Northeastern, wale wakabila washindwe ama wasishindwe? Washindwe ama wasishindwe?
Washindwe.
Sisi kama viongozi wa kule juu, tukiwa katika serikali, tunataka kuhakikisha wewe mkaaji wa Lafe unajivunia kuwa Mkenya kama mkaaji wa Nairobi au kwingine, kwa sababu sisi zote ni jamii moja. Leo hii tukiwa hapa, mimi ni kuambia tu watu wetu, kwanza tuungane. Pili, tukiwe na amani. Tatu, wale hamna vipande, mumeona tumefika hapa na nawashukuru ofisi ya Interior kwa kuleta kuandikisha vipande kwa wananchi. Na washukuru watu wa IBC kwa kuleta waandikishaji wa wapiga kura kwa wananchi.
And a call to actions, residents of Kajiado County are calling on the National Cohesion and Integration Commission to take action of alleged ethnic incitement, saying the remarks threaten peace and community cohesion. Speaking in Kitengela, Kajiado East, the residents condemned statements allegedly made by political activists and former Kajiado County official Nani Tipape Naini, claiming they could fuel hostility among communities. The residents said they have lodged formal complaints with the NCIC and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, urging authorities to investigate the matter and take appropriate legal action against anyone found culpable.
Kajiado ni metropolitan county. Jamii yote wa Kenya wanaishi Kajiado, na mtu mmoja kuamuka kuanza kudhulumu watu wengine na kuambia watu wao waamuke wafukuze watu Kajiado, hiyo ni jambo hatuoni kama ni vizuri.
We've lived so well na Masais hapa, so lazima tukatae such statements that are going to divide us at this point before iende mbali, kwa sababu tumeshaona vile hizi mambo za makabila zinaharibingi maneno ama zinaharibingi inchi.
Sisi kama mavijana wanaishi kwa hii county. Hii county ya Kajiado tulikuja, tuliona ni iko na amani mzuri. Hii statement tumesikia ya hii ndugu yetu huyu Nilot mwenzetu, tumeona ni hiyo statement very reckless. Sisi tuna condemn hiyo maneno na tunaambia mavijana wasidanganywe na incitement ndio wakuje tupigane na wao bure.
Mtu mmoja hawezi akatutenganisha, maana Otengani ilikuwa mji wa Kajiado, lakini mheshimiwa gavana alipoingia kwa kiti ya Olelengu alilete amani. Tunaishi tukijua kwamba ni kama tuko nyumbani kwetu, na sisi ni wa Kenya, hatuna mahali pengine pa kwenda kukaa kama si hapa.
The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commissioner said that inadequate funding and the need for stronger stakeholder collaboration among the major challenges that must be addressed ahead of the 2027 general election. Speaking during the signing of the United Nations Election Support Program agreement between IEBC and the United Nations Development Program in Kenya, IEBC Chairperson Erastus Ethekon said the Commission is working with various stakeholders to bridge financial and technical gaps before the election. Ethekon said the partnership will enable IEBC to better prepare for the upcoming election and ensure that the electoral process is conducted efficiently, transparently, and credibly.
We assure you, international development partners, that we will optimize the use of these resources. We know they are not enough, but it is our responsibility as IEBC, working with other institutions that will be partnering with in this program. We will optimize the use of your resources to achieve the maximum possible impact.
The IEBC currently does not have enough resources. Just as an example, in this year's budget, the request that the IEBC gave us was 67 billion shillings. Of course, they submitted to Parliament a slightly higher figure of 74 billion, which shows they really need enormous resources. What did we do? We allocated them only 20.7 billion in this year's budget, 2026-27, and have given them an indicative figure again of 15.6 billion in next year's budget, which we are going to review, of course, to make sure that they have resources for the elections.
Right, that story brings EBN TV News at 1 to a short break. We're coming back with the next segment.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
Welcome back. The National Systemic Diseases Control Council has launched a campaign in Bungoma County to educate secondary school students on preventing new HIV infections, gender-based violence, and teenage pregnancies. Speaking at Namaja Secondary School, Bungoma County, NCDCC Coordinator Steve Kitaka Kungradi said teenage pregnancy remains a major concern, particularly in Kantui Sub-County, which recorded 3,132 pregnancies among girls aged 15 to 19 in 2025. He said the campaign will equip learners with knowledge on HIV prevention, reproductive health, and access to psychological support. The council also revealed that nearly 34,000 people are living with HIV in Bungoma County and are scoring the need for intensified public awareness and prevention efforts.
We just wanted to sensitize the students on issues of triple threat. Triple threat meaning HIV, new HIV infections, teenage pregnancies, and sexual and gender-based violence. This is because also Bungoma County is among the top 10 counties which are having high or large number of teenagers who get pregnant. And the same route that pregnancy occurs in girls is the same route through which
Cooperative and MSME's Development Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya has blamed poor governance and mismanagement in coffee cooperative societies for the sharp decline in Kenya's coffee production. Speaking in Embu during the launch of Coffee Revitalization Program Steering Committee, Oparanya said weak leadership and lack of accountability have hurt the sector for decades. He said the government is implementing reforms through the proposed cooperatives bill to improve transparency, eliminate cartels, and strengthen the management of coffee cooperatives. The Cabinet Secretary added that the reforms are aimed at increasing coffee production to 150,000 metric tons by 2029, while ensuring farmers receive better returns from their produce.
These coffee reforms are being undertaken through two important documents. The first one is the cooperative bill before the National Assembly and the Senate. Already this document, the bill has passed through the National Assembly, it has also passed through the Senate. And now it is at the mediation stage in the National Assembly, and according to the mediation regulations, in 60 days, that mediation should have been resolved. And we are hopeful that this particular bill should be enacted by September by His Excellency the President. This bill addresses mainly governance issues within the cooperative movement. These governance issues within the cooperative societies is what made coffee production in this country suffer. So the bill addresses the corporate governance issues. Secondly, it aligns responsibilities between county governments and national government, and also it creates structures, proper structures for cooperative movement. Within the coffee sector, there will be primary cooperatives, secondary cooperatives, the federation, and then the apex. These structures are well aligned, each given responsibility, so that they are able to take the farmers' interests properly.
Remember, you're watching EBN News at 1 and on to sports this afternoon. KCB Rugby Football Club says it is ready for this weekend's Prince Law Sevens tournament in Nakuru after weeks of intensive preparations. Speaking ahead of the competition, the team's technical bench said selecting the final squad was one of the toughest decisions they've faced due to the depth and quality of players available. The coach expressed confidence in the 13-man squad selected to represent the club, saying the players have worked hard in training and are well prepared to compete for the title. KCB is targeting a stronger performance this season after failing to win the Prince Law Sevens title last year, despite reaching the final where they lost to Strathmore. The team has also welcomed several new signings, including Nigel and Prince, but the coach confirmed they will not feature this weekend as they are still adapting to the club's training program.
These coffee reforms are being undertaken.
The first time that I've felt challenged naming a squad, it's not been easy because the kind of quality that the bankers have held for us is so hard to pick from. And just to be able to pick the 13 or the 14 players who will be traveling down to Nakuru to present us, it's been a lot of hard work. So I think this is the first time that we've felt challenged as a technical bench to be able to just to pick the final 13. So we are very focused and we are very, I think we carry a different a kind of confidence that we've got from these players, that we've named the right people who will be able to go out and present us, and to be able to do a good job that we expect them to do. I think first of all, starting with Prince Louis is a big thing for us. Last season we were not able to win the Prince Louis out of the 6 that we played, although we got to our finals and we lost to Strathmore. So I think it's going to be a good challenge for us, and I think our boys are ready. They have set themselves, they work so hard to be on the state of the mind that they are at the moment, and we believe we are going to go all out and present ourselves so well. From where we started, we had already done a 6-week program with the boys who are around. So I think Nigel and a few of the guys that we got signed a few days later from our program. So they are a week old in KCB. So I think we'll just give them time to just try and align properly with the KCB program and to be comfortable to play for us. So I don't think they'll be available for Prince Louis. I think we'll be looking for them going on as we head to Dallas. So I think this is an opportunity for the guys.
The Football Kenya Federation FKF has continued preparations for the new football season. FKF President Hussein Mohamed, together with Leagues and Competitions Committee Chair Peter Kamau, also known as Kaskas, held a follow-up meeting with SportPesa League Club representative. The meeting focused on plans for the upcoming season, with club officials sharing their views and discussing important issues affecting the league. FKF says it remains committed to working closely with clubs to ensure successful and well-organized season.
Most Premier League clubs wanted it being addressed is the semi-autonomous and how this league can be run independently. We agreed that this thing, the president said that he fully wants it to be done that way, but there's a legal framework which has to be followed, because again, as you've seen of late, everything is being taken to court. So there's a process, there's a procedure that we need to sit down and agree on the way forward. So the work plan. So we agreed through the leadership of Gor Mahia chairman Ambrose Achir and a few individuals that were chosen in this caucus to sit down, and because of the timeline, they're sitting down early next week so that they can look at all the legal framework and the things that might be challenged maybe, and we see the way forward.
We camp it at that. Thank you for watching EBN News at 1. My name is Jeffrey Kimayu Somba. Good afternoon.